Hello everybody, my name is Vel and welcome back to this channel. This week we are having the hot stuff, newest launch by GlossGods, which called Dancing Lights. And this is a palette. There is a whole collection, but I got the palette. And Dancing Lights is about the northern lights, the Aurora Borealis, and we will see everything about it. We will touch everything about it. This is how it looks. And it's really interesting, and I will show you everything. I will show you textures, I will show you how the things are working together on my eyes today. I also have this palette, as you can see, and this launch was on 26 March if I'm not wrong, and I only was able to get this palette because we won in the giveaway together with Manson MUA. Anastasia is makeup artist and she's living in Spain, and I would really appreciate if you check her out and maybe subscribe to her in Instagram as well. So her luck was the one that got us both these dancing lights, and because of that I'm able to present to you this video. So let's start right away. So it is Sunday and I am starting working with a new palette, which I received on Friday actually, so it's like a very new thing for me, and I'm not fully sure what I'm going to do, so that will take some time to figure out, and that's what we have to deal with. I am going to be using a bunch of brushes, but as always, when I think that I have all the necessary brushes, something else comes up. That's the curse. I had an incident with Urban Decay, which is weird, to be honest. My primer potion got separated by the line. It's still inside, like the things are fine in it, but it's just separated. I have no idea how this happened and why, but that's it. Yep, that's how things sometimes tend to behave. So we are starting with drawing the outline. I'm gonna use the brow pencil in a taupe shade, and this will just give me a feeling that I know what I'm doing, when in fact I don't know what I'm doing. So first I'm gonna draw the shape that is like final shape, and then the inside shape that I will fill with different color. This idea is not new. We've seen something like that. It's basically a cut crease. It's supposed to be full, but it stops at the very edge of an eye, and it creates like a petal shape. I did something similar with Longing palette, but that one was much more closer to the center, while this one extends till the end. So that's the idea, at least. And the first shade I'm taking is shade Arctic Night. It's very, very pigmented blue. It looks almost black, but it's not actually black. You have to be careful with this because it can stain. When I was doing my swatches, I've got a stain on the finger. It took a while until I was able to get rid of it. So they are very pigmented. You have to be careful about that, and you have to take it into consideration. And so I'm drawing with Arctic Night the shape outlines, the things that will be the darkest, and I am just going here and there to make it work. And this shade we will be mixing with the shade Below Freezing, and this will be the second shade that I'm taking into the eye. I can blend into my eyebrows, that's why I actually loved having the bleached brows and not remove them completely. I can blend into them, but they're still there. And on the regular day, I can cover them with the taupe brow gel and they will look like normal blonde brows. That's awesome, to be honest. I never thought that this will be the case, but that's the thing. And I also bleach my brows because I have deep set eyes, and when I do the dark looks, it's much better for me to actually not have visible dark brow because of the dark look. So I feel much better with just having them bleached. That's the explanation. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Once I'm more or less happy with blending the shape, I'm gonna be cutting everything. I'm gonna use the That Base by GlossGods as well, and it does not increase the variability really, or you have to let it dry completely. I'm not sure exactly how the things will go. On some oily lids it may not work, on some other lids it may work, so this is a tricky thing. Yeah, for each their own. And I'm cutting the shape out completely, and I'm filling it up with the same base so that I can have it kind of there, you know. And then the shape we will be filling up with purples. First one will be swirls, and I'm trying to be very accurate in placement, so that's gonna be the first one. And then I'm going to go into Aurora, actually very nice pink shade with the lilac undertone. So that's the way to go. And I don't really need anything in between. I can go directly into the shimmers now. For the shimmers, first I'm going to use the shapeshifter. I looked into my swatches. The video with them is available as a short already. And I'm going to go into the shapeshifter because it seems like a nice purple to blue or pink to blue, something like that. So I'm gonna use that as a main lid shade and just placing it very accurately with Color Cosmetics K1 brush, which is my favorite shimmer application brush because it's a silicone tongue and it just works. And into the inner corner I'm gonna set the shade North Wind. And North Wind seem to be very nice and sparkly. They're a bit different in texture. North Wind is a bit more dry by the feeling, and Shapeshifter is more on the chunky, more wet, more chunky. So that's the difference between them. And if you apply one with the finger, it's gonna be much more pigmented. I'm just trying to be very accurate still with my shapes, but yeah, with the finger or on glitter glue, this definitely works better. It does have some own base, but it's not as prominent. So yeah, that's about it, I would say. Into here, I think I only need a liner and some contact lenses, and I will finish up the face and come back to you with the final result. This is the look, and I am relatively happy with it. What changed is I only added a silver liner. This is not white. White will not be seen as good as this one. A silver liner I mixed out of the metallic powder by Mavron and Inglot Duraline. This can be any mixer, but this powder is 14 grams. They have also 30 grams per bottle, and this can be mixed and used in multiple applications. You can make your silver lips, you can make your eyelids silver completely if you mix it with something. You can make anything silver with this. We even used it in the cosplay, because it actually gives that silver look. And Armor for Artorias, for my husband, we used this as a dry brush. It works, it's just, that's how it is. So I'm pretty happy that I have this one. I also have gold, but I want a rose gold, and they also have bronze, and they have copper and other metals. So if you're into like liquid looking metals, that could be it. Maybe you want some information about that, I don't know. But about the eyeshadow, this shade that is main on the lid, we definitely have seen it before. And we have seen it in GlossGods as well. In the Colors of Rain, there are a couple of them, like few similar with the same shift. And I think this one specifically could be also in that palette. It's this one. You see? This blue to pink shift, they have a lot of this. And this is nothing special anymore, unfortunately. I mean, it can be special if it's your first palette, for example, but if you have other GlossGods palettes, like the Moon or the others, then it's not gonna be special for you. That's my personal opinion. Mattes are okay, they're very pigmented. I'm not sure if this will not stain. I think it will, and it's just how it is sometimes with this whole thing. But the blue is really nice. I think we kind of seen this type of color, like this dark blue moon, not moon, what am I talking about? This dark blue color we have seen, I think, in the Nomad Polar Express. And yeah, this is also something that I kind of already have. And the shade in the inner corner doesn't do anything. Like, I don't even see it. It highlights the corners nicely. That is good, but it doesn't do anything else, right? At least that's how I see it. Also, tell me, what do you think about the background colors? I tried to match it so it's a bit more interesting, but it might be also distracting, so tell me what you think. I will really appreciate your opinion on that, in that matter. Other than that, I don't have anything else to add about this. It holds nicely, even on that base. If you apply that base on top of Urban Decay, it holds. It does. It works. So that's a good thing that I found out. Then, what else do I have on my face? Sorry for my hair. I freshly washed. It doesn't want to stay in any position that I'm putting it in. For the foundation, I mixed 3 things. That's just what I have to do. I have a Bobbi Brown that is almost finished. I have MAC NW15. It's a bit still more yellow than I want, but this one is more pink, as you can see already by comparison. And to lighten them up, I'm using House Labs. I kind of like to mix this, but sometimes I just want to have a foundation in my shade to apply it right away and go on with the day. Then I have Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. I applied too much. Then I had to blend it with sponge, with which I also blended my foundation. And it blended into nothing. It has somewhat neutral undertone. This is not exactly a contour for me. This is more of a bronzing kind of thing. But yeah, you can apply too much. And it's just weird. But it's blendable. That's nice. But sometimes it can be dirty, which I don't like. But I have like very little left. So maybe I will finish this up. That would be good, actually. Then when I blend it all out, I noticed that it's almost nothing left. So I added Kaleidos Contour Trio and the shade in the middle. So it looks like this. Add more, blend it out, remove, then add more. What is this life doing with me? Blush, Kaleidos Dreamwalk. I'm often using the same stuff that I already have that I used for throughout this video. So Dreamwalk looks like this, and on me it's pink. If you're cool toned and you're searching for pink blush, try Lilac. That's the color theory for you here. And the Fenty How Many Carats is my highlighter today. Nothing special, nothing crazy. For the lips I used Endless Cacao. It's getting smaller and smaller, which I'm happy about, to be honest. And then Mercury Wave. I find this shade very interesting. It's not exactly purple, but not brown. Something in it. I thought it will look good with this whole thing. And I think it does look good. So that's what I have for today. And this is all I wanted to tell. That's pretty much it. Nothing else that I can mention for now, at least. So I will see you most likely tomorrow after my work. Wait for me and I will be back. So it is Monday and I actually saw a very interesting color combination of teal and pink together, so I want to try it out today in the makeup since it's what we have in the palette and it kind of makes sense to me. So I'm gonna do a variation of Halo Eye and do it with the teal, turquoise and pink lilac that we have. So I'm starting with the flat brush and the shade Bliss. I'm outlining the shape that's going to be in there. It's going to be really simple, so nothing too crazy. You can definitely do that. You just need to place the brush in a specific way, flat to your skin, to your eye, and drag a line. Like, what can be easier? You don't even need to blend too much because this shade is not really dark and you can work with it very, simply. Then I'm gonna take it also onto the other end of the eye to make it in a darker area. Then I'm going to take the shade Illuminate, and it's very light actually, so it does illuminate things. You can normally place it into the inner corner, but since it's a halo eye, this is a bit different procedure. And I'm placing it right next to the Bliss, and this will be our second color, just to have like an outline. And into the center I actually later figure out that I need to place the pink one. But first we will go into the shimmers, because they will be only covering the area on the moving lid and they won't go further. So first shade is called Frostbite, and it's a nice bluish cool and so pretty. So that's gonna be the teal background for it. Then I'm taking the shade Light Shift, for example, and I'm placing it into the center. So here I did a small mistake, and first you need to place the pink into there and then place the Light Shift shade. But that's what I did later, and well, that's just how it's gonna go. And then I'm also adding into the lower lid, so you don't forget it. And then I'm taking another brush that it can be slightly flat by one of the edges at least. And I'm taking the shade Aurora, and I'm starting to tap it onto the area from the opposite side from what I already created with the teal. So the turquoise is hand in hand with the Aurora, and they look good together. I'm trying to blend it out slightly. It doesn't have to be very pigmented, but in the inner corner I think that's the most important part. So in the inner corner it should be there, visible, and the rest can be blended out. So that's what I do with my fluffy brush. And as I said, then I'm also placing it into the inner area, and then the shade light shift's supposed to go there. That's the main idea. I think I will add a black liner into here, but it should be relatively thin and maybe even blended, so that could be done with the brush and the pencil. I will see how this will go and what I can do, and then I will come back with a full face. This is my result with the makeup I did, and the only change I would say is that I took a small brush and a pencil. This is Makeup Forever Aqua Resist. I made a liner so it's not as harsh, so I just drew a small liner and winged it out, and then on top of that I applied Moira Cosmetics Supernova Gel multichrome liner in the shade Buzz. It makes the black blue. So you see, it kind of seems blue on my face right now. That tones down the harshness of the black and it matches the turquoise better. So if you have like multichrome liners, you can apply them on top of the black to make it not black. Because by itself it's almost not that visible, but you can pair any multichrome with black and you will get interesting results. At least that's the idea of working with stuff. And this makeup is really simple. You don't even need to know how to blend anything. All you need to do is place the things into specific areas and you're good to go. Like, I didn't even blend properly this side. It still looks okay. Like, who would bother with checking if that is completely blended or not? And this shape reminds me of butterfly wings or fairy wings. And with the outside pink, I think it just matches very nicely, and it's so light and so fairy and so airy. So I'm really happy with this. And the multichromes on my main lid are also really cool. They are really sparkly, especially in the hard light as usual. This is nothing changes. One in the center actually is green to pink. So you can see how it shifts and takes the aurora that I have on my outer areas. And the other one is actually blue to green. So we have like a match from one to another and they just go nicely together. I did not expect that, but that's a good result. Also, my foundation today looks kind of dewy and I like it. I actually like when the foundation looks dewy. It's like a healthy glow, but it's not one foundation, unfortunately. It's all like this mix. Is glowing from House Labs. I want to try another shade, but it's very hard to choose the shade from them. And maybe I will take one from Sephora, maybe not. But yeah, I like the finish. It's just looking good. I cannot say anything bad about it. I don't need new foundation. I just want to try it. So next, let's finish up the eyeshadow talk. I don't see them creasing, so it's really well set right now, and I love the pigmentation of the mattes. That was quite surprising, but it's really awesome. Like, you can see how bright they are even without the underlying anything. So I don't have a colored base, it's just what the matte is looking. I think that's great. I think that's amazing. So very happy. All look good. Then what else do I have on my face? Let's continue. Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand in Fair Medium. I just want to finish it. It's not good for me, but I need to finish it. I don't want to throw away stuff that still has like some in it, like maybe less than half. But I don't like it by itself. I like it in a mix with this centerpiece in the Kaleidos trio. Only that way it works for me properly. Otherwise, I just see brown, like orangey brown on myself. Ugh, not good. Then, as my blush today, I'm using the Balm Beach. This is a very nice shade and I'm loving it. I feel like I need more of this shade, but first of all I have this one and it's still not finished, so I'm gonna try to finish this one. It's almost 6 grams, 5.5. So I think it gives the freshness to my face, to these circumstances. So I'm enjoying this blush a lot. It's like very good everyday blush for cool undertones. Then I have a Jubilant Chorus as highlighter. What I like about it is how smooth and glowy it is. As you can see, I'm looking like this part and it's just glowy. It's like, it's not sparse glitter type thing. It's just very glowy. And I also have it on my nose and in other areas everywhere. Sometimes I just want to just like, you know, rub the highlighter on me. Then for the lips I used Cool BFF by Colourpop, and this shade is perfectly matching It's Personal by MAC. I love this formula. I love everything about this lipstick. It's a really pale pink, and the Cool BFF is its ideal match. It doesn't look like, but it is. On me. I have to specify. And then into the center of it, I tapped a bit of Dancing Queen because I needed to make it a bit more pink, but I didn't want to take the other one that makes it more orange, so I had to mix. Gosh, I'm just mixing everything in here. That's life. Life of a pale person. At least I can have a white stuff to mix with and... So, that's pretty much it. Happy, glowy, fairy, very nice, and enjoying this experience for now. And it will be very sad to remove actually. So maybe I will do one more small thing with it. But we will see. So, see you tomorrow. So, today we're going to... By the way, it's Tuesday, 1st April. Today we're going to do some midnight sky action, and for that I'm going to build a base. This shade is dark. It requires a dark background because you will not be able to get a cohesive makeup if you're setting a very dark base multichrome into a very light frame. This doesn't work, and this is why we need something dark. I'm going to use, you know, all of the shades of mattes that we have here, so it will be very, very complicated in terms of shades makeup, but they are going nicely together, so I will prove that. I'm going to start with the Go North. It will be the first shade that I'm setting into the outer corner, and I'm dragging it out to create the outer V. So I'm just starting, and this will be the darkest. Not the most darkest, but the starting shade. Then I'm gonna take the shade Swirls, place it next to the Go North on both lower lid and upper lid. Then I am going to go into the Below Freezing, and I need to set them in a specific way that they actually cover like most of the lid. So I'm gonna take again from the Go North and drag it a bit forward into the lid. That way I'm creating the gradient, and this will create a nice base, as I said. So Go North, then Swirls, then Below Freezing, then I'm going into the Bliss, and they actually kind of melting together. They are really nice and they match each other nicely, so it's cool, really cool that it was created in such a way. Then I'm going into the Illuminate right into the inner corner. This will be the most corner shade, and this is how we're creating our gradient. And then what's left is Aurora that I'm going to set above the last third of the eye where Go North is. So I'm kind of blending the darkest purple with the lightest. And for the depth, I will add the Arctic Night into the mix at the darkest point. So very, very corner of the eye is the darkest point, and there you can set the Arctic Night. They work together. They are really cool looking together, and I'm enjoying everything that I see so far with all the shades and how they perform. For the mattes, I don't really have any additional things to say. Then we are going into the Midnight Sky. I'm using the silicone brush. This shade is very soft. You have to be careful. If you apply too much, it will crumble and have a lot of fallouts, and that's exactly what is happening with me because I took too much. But it's very foily in effect, and it's also multichroming exactly how the gradient is set. So it's purple on the outside, it's actually blue in the center, and it's green on the outside. So on my swatches, sometimes I'm not able to grab all of the colors. This is like a little curse, so to say, but this, yeah, I cannot do anything with this, to be honest. Then I am thinking to add maybe Shapeshifter into the inner corner because it kind of reminds me of the Midnight Sky, but it's without a base. So let's add that there. Magic Moment is a bit too purpley, I would say. So from here, I'm only in need of a little lash tightening, lash line, and then we will be ready. And I will come back with the finished face. This is my look, and this multichrome is quite a classic one. I think, yes, Carlo Cosmetics Lullaby is the one that has the same kind of color, but I'm not sure if Lullaby is still available. But this is like first wave of multichromes that was available. It's a peacock feather kind of stuff that you can find. It's not something unique, to be honest, and it's one of the first because this one is on dark base. So this shift we will see in other multichromes, but some of them are on transparent base now, and this is kind of cool. But the quality of eyeshadow is amazing, so this doesn't want to go anywhere. But to be fair, it's also on Urban Decay Cosmetics base primer, and it just looks really good. And for the mattes, I was truly impressed by the mattes. They are made in a specific arrangement, and I really enjoy how they blend together, how they just work together all over, and I'm just super happy about them. Of course, at the end, I just completely covered whatever I created with the mattes, but to demonstrate how they work with each other, I think that was a good option. And yeah, the fact that I just covered it all with multichrome at the end is like additional thing, let's say. The inner corner is really bright blue. I am loving it. It's actually shapeshifter that we also already touched, I think. And so yeah, nothing special. Once again, it's blue to pink shade. And this main lid is actually pink to blue to green, but you cannot see blue because it's the in-between color, and on the eyelids you have like a very rounded area, while on the hand you can have more flat area. When it's on more flat, it will be pink to blue, but if you have a curve additionally, then it will give you green. This is exactly what's happening here, and if you want it to be just pink to blue, you need to place it onto the like half lid only. Then it will probably give you the necessary effect. But other than that, I think it's all great. It's looking really cool, and I cannot say anything bad about the quality of eyeshadow as well. So it's good, it's nice, it's beautiful, and that's about it. The blendability of these shades is just magical. The mattes are that girl. What else do I have on my face? Still mixing 3 foundations until I'm finishing Bobbi Brown. Then I have the SMR Expert 1 together with NYX Taupe. Today I'm just a mixing girl, I don't know why. Then I've tried the Floral Praise by Flower Nose, looking like this. The pigment is not enough. For real life, yes. For camera, I have to take more. That's just how cameras work. You need to be a bit more bright. But this is relatively close to real life as well. So this one is a very clean girl aesthetic kind of thing. Despite being a maximalist packaging and insides, the color itself is not that pigmented. Then I have Rosé Brunch. It also what I have on my lips. I don't think that fits so well, but I was kind of overwhelmed in general and just went with it. Also on my lips I have Obvi as a contour, and then the Rosé Brunch in the center. And as my highlighter I have Rosé Rave by Fenty Beauty. It's just a little bit pink. Nothing crazy, nothing special. And also Sea Sparkle by Kaleidos in my waterline on the bottom lid, because I wanted to match these little blue sparkles, and I think I did it. So that's about everything that I have. I also have a new background. I bought a background and I thought maybe it kind of looks okay. At first I was filming with the Aurora light, but it matches the makeup too much, while this light and this background matches me too much. So the contrast is not that high, and my camera cannot pick up some of the contrast, unfortunately, because it's a contrast-based focus. If you want some more information about the cameras that I use or equipment, you can also check the description box or ask me questions about anything, about the lights, about the tech stuff that I'm doing, and I will gladly answer, because there is nothing crazy about it. So overall, I'm pretty happy with everything. It looks magical. Multichromes always look magical, and they just add that additional things to your look. And that's about it. We still have like 3 maybe to touch, but I want to do only 1 tomorrow, and then 1 for like final thoughts. Maybe tomorrow we will try either Dancing Light or Polar Sky to see how they're going, and then I will do something for the review for the final thoughts. That's it right now. I think. So I can go sleep. It's midnight and we see each other soon. Stay here. So, good evening. It's Thursday actually, and fourth makeup for this review. I think that should be fine. So today I actually used some Artist Couture Hot Girl Lip Oil, and it's a plumper, and I did not realize that it was like such a big plumper that I have a reaction on my lips, and it's going outside of the normal contour of my lips. I like to use plumpers because they are giving you this smooth texture. When you're removing them, then you have like exfoliated almost lips and everything will look better on them, but in exchange for some burning sensation or like this, a slight reaction. It's not hurting or anything, it's just gonna be staying this swollen for a while, but it's not a problem to me. So today we are doing some very interesting halo eye effect with purple and something green, I think. Why I think? Because I saw a reference as a picture of an elf and I want to try to get something like that. She had like a smoky purple outsides with a green turquoise inside, but we will do that purples as mattes and then the sparkly shade. That should do it actually. So first I'm starting with the shade Swirls. With the fluffy brush, just applying it into the areas where I need in the socket. Then I'm going to take the shade Go North and slightly blend it towards the necessary areas. And then I'm blending it with the swirl again, just so I can have it. Next, I'm taking the Aurora, and this will be the most outside shade. So I will get my kind of nice and blended look for everything. On this note, I think we can start with the rest. And I was thinking about which shade to take. We have Dancing Lights and Polar Sky are the most interesting ones that I did not touch yet. Magic Moment is very similar to the Shapeshifter. They have like a very little difference. And I don't want to go into that one. For now at least. So I think I will take first a Dancing Light into the center and let's see how this will go. Then I'm taking Polar Sky, tapping it onto the outside area, and it's just looking so good that I want to have it all over. And I think I will just use it all over the lid, including the lower lid, and then maybe a bit of Dancing Lights on top. Both of them actually are multichroming into green, but yeah, I think the Polar Sky is much more interesting, and it's a bit more, how to say, bigger in chunks, but you don't really notice that. However, if you apply it on top of the glue, it might give you some crust, so that you probably want to avoid, just so you know. And I think I'm only missing some liner here, and after that I will come back with the finished result, so wait for me here. So this is the look and I am so into it. This is a complete party on my eyelids. This looks so good and so wonderful. I'm showing you the macro so you can see. It's a holographic multichrome. So holochrome is this shade Polar Sky, and I'm super happy that I actually chose it. It's such a magical thing. I, to be honest, only saw such thing in Ensley Rain before, but I don't like Ensley Rain for some reason. Not only because of the drama that was later, but it's not my thing. And I do have a Cold Moon. I bought it before everything unveiled, but I don't like it. It's not mine, not for me. This one looks like something for me. I'm truly enjoying this. It's so good and it's so pretty. I'm shocked. The Dancing Light is slightly pink. You can also see it. It's pretty. It's a bit less interesting. This one is just the Polar Sky is the party on your eyelids. I am so into it. Also, I wanted to mention that I found a technique for myself when I'm blending things out and then applying this shiny shade. I sometimes go over back with the darkest matte to create these shapes. They are kind of staying below the shiny shade, but at the same time they are seen more, so it's I don't know, I like the effect. I do this with browns and grays sometimes. I had a makeup like a year and a half maybe ago with silver sparkles and silver shade and beige gray darkening, and that was looking so good, and I liked it so much that I try this from time to time because it keeps the darkening in the right place and everything just looks very nice. Like, I don't have anything bad to say at all. I'm so impressed. And it also doesn't want to go away from me, so it stays so far. Of course, I'm using Urban Decay base. It actually kind of looking like clay right now for me, so probably I need to buy a new one instead. But I'm just so into that. To be honest, right now I am ready to say that because of this one shade, this palette worth it in buying. It's so good. Like, this is so awesome. Yeah, that's my thoughts for now. We also will try some other things. I will still want to try Dancing Lights, and I want to try some other shade. But this is so nice. I'm happy. I'm just happy. Okay, what else do I have on my face? The same foundation combo, but instead of House Labs, I used MAC foundation. Then I used Cheeks Out in Amber together with the So Taupe. And then it gives me a bit of a brownish something. I'm not sure what exactly gives it, but I feel like this one is not enough, and this one, maybe this one gives me brown right now, I don't know. Then I have Balm Beach. For some reason I just love this shade. If you know shades similar to that but in cream, please let me know. This just, I love it. I want another one. Yep, that's my life. Then highlighter is Pink Glow by Bobbi Brown, and it's just very smooth. I didn't want to like distract from the eye look, and this one was a good option. It kind of matches the overall pinkiness. So we have that. On the lips I have Limitless Brown by Makeup Forever together with the Powder Kiss Buffiest. I've tried 3 or 4 combos before I finally stopped on this one because it's a comfortable one. I tried different things like a Dancing Queen from the SMIRX. It was a bit too pink, berry-ish. Then I tried this Ola Cosmetics nude shade, and it was too nude. At the end I gave up and decided to keep this as is. Buffiest it is. So if you think that it doesn't match, maybe, but I don't care enough already. So this will be it for now. I'm so impressed, honestly. I have no words to describe how beautiful this shade is for me. So I will try to find some words in the next makeup look that I will do off camera, but it will be in shorts, so you're not losing anything in case you will be very into something that I will create, which I don't know what I will create. I forgot to mention that in my lower waterline I have a Solaris by Kaleidos. I wanted something in contrast, and this red-orange one was good candidate for that. Yeah, that's so far it. Super happy. I'm gonna stay like that for a bit. I still have a bit of time available, and see you in the next look. So I'm here right now, and I tried to collect all my thoughts about the palette and the overall, and I also did one more look with the palette, and this is the shade Dancing Lights, and it's absolutely beautiful. In the mirror down on the table it looks more like golden sparkles, but for you it looks green and pink and something else maybe. It does have a few colors in it. For me, because of my setup, it's hard to catch more than 2, so I have to deal with it, I guess. And it's slightly like, I've been living in this makeup for a while, and I have a couple of things that happened. It's my watery eyes, but mostly. And the other thing is that my base was not really good, and it slowly starts creasing into the areas, but that's quite typical. You need a good base for the sparkles in any scenario. On the lower lid I also have Ultraviolet North Wind, and it looks also beautiful. What can I say about this palette? Let's have a look again on it. And the mattes are really pigmented. They are very good, they are blendable, they go into each other, they work with each other. They don't have a shade that goes into the skin directly, except maybe pink if you're pink toned like me, but they do create this aurora borealis effect, the northern lights effect, and they do have a darkening shades, which I also enjoy. So this palette is somewhat self-sufficient to me, how I count them. And the Aurora shades are really pretty. If you ask me Chamonix from Nomad or this palette, I would say this palette. It has much more interesting shades and sparkles, and it's just that. It's so good. It's the mattes and how they work and everything, and the shimmers. You have to take into consideration that shimmers are slightly soft. And this is a formula of GlossGods in general. You need a good base for under them. This is nothing specific to this palette only. This is for every palette that they have. That's just what it is. But with a good base like Urban Decay Primer Potion or Wet n Wild, that was unfortunately discontinued, something really strong, or Glitter Glue, it will hold nicely. So we have 15 shades in total. 7 of them are mattes, if I'm counting correctly, and the rest are shimmers. 8 shimmers out of 15 shades, right? 8 shimmers on the palette, and all of them are special. It's amazing, and it's so multichromy good. Let me explain one by one. So this shade Northwind is transparent base and ultraviolet sparkles. It gives you this nice sparkling effect without having the base. I wear it as my highlighter here and on my nose as well. And yeah, it's just, it doesn't have a base and it creates a very nice sparkling effect. This one looks green, but it's actually blue with a vat effect. I did not catch any like multichrome in it, but you have to know that it's very nice effect. So you can see it's kind of duochroming from greenish to bluish. In the mirror you can probably see that, and it's just nice. This one gives you very cool duochrome as well. It might be multichrome as well, but I'm not completely sure, to be honest. But yeah, it's a very nice greenish, yeah, it like sparkles as green, but you see it as slightly pink, which covers the palette as well. So they all are in the theme. So you have a green, you have a blue, you have a pink, and they are in that theme. They are collected in the specific way, so it's great. The Dancing Light shade is what I have on my eyes. It's very pretty, very pretty. This one is the most special to me in this palette because the Polar Sky, despite looking very boring, it's insanely pretty on the eyes. You have to look at it on the ice and in real life. That's just, I cannot even express how pretty it is. Then we have this one and this one, which are like sisters but not twins. One is more, you can probably see as well, that's like it's a typical shift of blue to pink, but one is lighter, one is darker. And if you turn them, you can see that one is more pink, the other one is more purple. So that's exactly what you have on the eye as well. They are wet looking and they are just kind of similar to each other. And then we have a peacock shade, which is green and then it turns blue to pink. I cannot really catch blue for some reason. Maybe somewhere in between. Let me try. Ah, yes, somewhere here. So blue to green and to pink. It's typical, it has a dark base, you need to put it into the dark base. The others usually don't have a base, so you can put them on top of anything or on top of the empty lid. It will look magical. If you are putting it onto the dark base, it will look like a completely different shade as well. This is a thing which I recommend to try if you already have like a transparent base multichromes. Try them on the black base. It's just so good. Or for example, if you have like a wing liner, you can also tap a shade onto it. It will look really good. So out of 8 shades, I would say that 7 are worth it for sure. And the mattes are also really good. It's 15 shade, 1.8 grams. So yeah, 1.8 grams, 15 shades, and it's amazing palette. I am so happy. I won it in a giveaway and I would have bought it again. Maybe if I finish it, I will buy it again, but I would probably never finish any palettes. But this is so well produced, well thought, and it's so pretty. If you don't have any other palettes from GlossGods, this can be your first one and it's gonna be amazing. If you have some other palettes, you need to think. For example, the Colors of Rain may have a couple of dupes from this palette as well. The Moon probably will have a couple of dupes from this as well, but overall, this is a really cool, nice palette. I'm just enjoying it very much, and I did not expect to be so into it, but I am. It's $57.95, still available to purchase. 57 in scope of indies are not that much, but you will get to the price of like Unearthly or Bella Beauty bar with the shipping. GlossGods is only available on their website. They are brand from Sweden and they will ship from there. And I do have a discount code. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Sometimes on new launches it doesn't work at all. So yeah, just try things out. If you find something else, you can try that instead. Sometimes they actually give a very nice opportunities instead of like an influencer artist code. So if that is more value, then of course it's worth it much more. But I would definitely recommend to get this palette, but you have to consider that it needs a base. So two minuses that I found basically is that it needs a base and that it has two shades which are really similar to each other. No other minuses to me, and I'm just enjoying it so much. This is a really pretty Northern Lights kind of themed palette, and it lives to the name completely. The packaging is very simple. This is holographic. I don't know if I can catch something, but this is holographic. Very simple, but it's quite sturdy. I have like Cosmic Brushes palettes which started to warp weirdly. This one doesn't start it. I have other palettes as well from GlossGods. They are all still normally intact. Palette comes in the cardboard packaging, which is in the protective sleeve. And then inside the box you have the palette inside in the protective sleeve in the bubble wrap, and you also have little circles on top of the shades inside so that they protect. So when you first open the palette, you see the white circles, and some may think that it's actually like something wrong, but it's just a protection. So that's really good that they included that, and yeah, I'm super happy with it, and I would definitely recommend this palette if you want something in that direction, if you need something a bit more colorful and with the special shades. The special shades here are the most important ones, I would say. Matte quality is also really good, so if you apply them onto like a color base or some white base, they will be even more bright, which is awesome, but they are already bright as is. It's great. The palette is great. So I'm really into it. The whole collection includes also two loose pigments, and it's on discount for 72 something, so a bit more than a palette itself, but not too much. So you have like a 22% compared to the price if you buy all separately. So the bundles are also making sense. Not everybody loves loose pigments, so there is a good option of buying only the palette or only the pigment if you don't like palettes, which is also amazing. I think it should be like that. I'm a palette person. I'm not so much into loose pigments. I'm tolerating them, but all I currently have is actually Carla Cosmetics loose pigments, and that's it. All others are palettes. They should be palettes for me. I just love that way. So let's have a look on everything that I did with the palette, and I'm really in pleasure from working with it and to be able to touch it, to be able to create something. I think it's really good, and it's just awesome launch, and congratulations to GlossGods with this one. And it makes sense that it was sold out at some point, or almost sold out. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a like, or maybe leaving a comment. I enjoy your comments as well. And thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this video. Next week, I think I will go into Vamp, even though in the middle April it doesn't make too much sense, but I kind of want it. There are awesome holographic multichromes in it. So I hope I will see you after some time. In the meantime, you can watch something else on this channel, or not. Maybe you like shorts, maybe you don't. So check this out, and yeah, thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye!